Well, good evening, everybody, and Happy New Year. Here we are. Well, here we are after the stop for the holidays. It's been a couple of weeks since we did a stream, and this is the one we are going to do tonight. Well, maybe some feedback on the sound. Must be okay. Well, I hope you had a nice holiday and you're ready to get back to, well, the normal grind. I'm gonna get organized. Here we are. Hey Swiss, nice to see you here. Good to see you. Adrie, leuk dat je erbij bent. Dankjewel. For the people who are not too familiar with this stream, you can log in on Twitch and you can leave message in the chat room, and already get a few messages from very well, viewers from early on who's still here. So did I, Swiss. I missed you a lot. Well, what are we going to do today? Well, my name is Kalle Slaap. I'm a watchmaker from the Netherlands, and you're watching live watchmaking here on Twitch. And we do that for way over a year now. We started in 2017 doing this here in Twitch, on Twitch. And you're watching live watchmaking here via 4 cameras. One is over here, face cam. This one over here is the wobbly cam, because every time I touch my desk, this will happen. So, wobbly cam. This one has got a nice overview of the workbench. And here is a camera attached to the microscope. And in a minute you will watch with me through the microscope. And have a beautiful view on the inside of the movement, watch movement, and I can show you all the details via this amazing camera. Let's do it like this. T from Tissot. Let me adjust the camera. Now you're watching with me through this camera, through the microscope, to the part we are working on, and you're watching it live. And with this microscope we have got a beautiful zoom. So I can show you all the details of the watch and the movement in a moment. Super sour, hi there. So you're in contact daily, are you? That's nice. So for tonight, an easy start. I'll show you via the wobbly cam. Tonight we are going to do this Tissot And there we are. As you can see, a chronograph, quite modern. Here on the stream we do well, all kinds of watches basically, from modern to very old. And I'd like to show you that the most beautiful side of the watch is always the inside. And please do not hesitate to ask any questions. That's why we're here. So if you have any questions, please let me know via the chat. Well, what's the story about this watch we are going to do tonight? The client told me he dropped it. It fell and there is some damage. Hey René! And you have a good 2019. Nice of you to join. Client dropped a watch and there is a strange noise. Well, I'll show you in a bit what that can be. For the people who watch this stream regularly, you'll definitely recognize the Valjoux 7750, ETA 7750. And as you can hear, I'll open it in a minute, but you can hear the rotor from the automatic module touching the outside of the case back. As always, I don't know what to expect from watches and movements we do here. So for me, it's the same adventure as for you guys. I don't know what to expect, I don't know what to find, and that keeps it fresh and nice for you and for me. So cheers to the new year. Well, first get rid of the strap. Coffee. As you can see, I'm by myself tonight. All the other workbenches are empty. But usually there are some people joining me, some other watchmakers. So it's always fun to be here doing Twitch. However, in this new year, there is a change in for Twitch, and I think I told you the last stream of last year. We always did it twice a week, but it took so much time. So we are going to do just a regular stream. Is going to be once a week here on Tuesday. And we have to see what the schedule will be, but we will be doing some more specials, and that's probably the Sunday special, probably once a month, and you can choose yourself the topics. And maybe once every 2 weeks or something, we can do a special where you can ask any questions about watchmaking. So no more Twitch for now on the Thursdays. So it's only Tuesday evenings from 8 till 8:30 till 11 Central European time. First I have to undo this button. There you go. There we are. Let's get ready. Well, what do we see? It is working, but the crown doesn't feel too smooth. This is the crown, and it doesn't feel too smooth functioning. So there is something going on with the movement. And here it doesn't feel too strange. So it's only the quick set that is a bit jerky. Well, we have to clean it anyway because it's quite dirty. Clean it in the ultrasonic bath. Oh, there it is. The client said he dropped the watch, and I think there, well, I know that is where he dropped the watch. You can see it's in need of some cleaning. The very first thing a watchmaker will invest is a disinfected soap, and that's no joke. Anything else? I can hear from the rotor that there's something wrong here in the bearing, but we'll see it in a minute. What's the information on the case? Water resistant 30 meters. That doesn't mean you can go underwater for 30 meters. Not by far. The 30 meters is the same pressure as an air column of 30 meters high. That's what the 30 meters stands for, not 30 meters underwater. So it is waterproof, but 30 meter isn't that that high of a waterproof seal. Sapphire crystal, sapphire extra hard material, and you can see there are hardly any scratches on the crystal. There are a lot of scratches on the bezel, but nothing on the crystal, so it's probably still the original crystal in there without, very scratch resistant. Of course, Tissot, the brand. Stainless steel means it's stainless steel all the way through. If it said stainless steel back, just the case back will be stainless steel. So this is all stainless steel. Model and number. So not too many surprises from the information on the case back. Then we have to see where it's wise to open the case back. This is not mine. Probably one of the students. That's it. open it from here. And maybe you can hear. I hope it's audible. There is something going on in there. Can you hear it? I love this tool. It's the Valjoux tool. I love opening to open case bags with that. Could be a loose screw, absolutely super sour. Might even be the ball bearing because of the drop on the floor. Okay, excellent. Well, there we are. So see if super sour is right, if the screw is loose, or if is there something more going on with the ball bearing. I use a piece of pegwood so I don't make any scratches, and we will probably see some space. There it is. It might even be that you're right, super sour. Let's have a look. You were right, the screw was loose, but I'm not sure if that solves the problem. And anyway, we are going to do a full revision anyway. But the screw was loose, you were right. Let's see. Problem solved, that's it. And end of stream. Well. And you see there's a lot of room within the ball bearing. Next. Next, coffee. Okay, excellent. Super sour of Swiss. Just shared in this chat that he is going to do the same, repair the same movement like this. You can see there's a lot of space and room in this ball bearing. So we are going to replace this bearing anyway. Another race of bearing is detached. Yeah, because there's way too much space. You are right, Renee. I will show you a trick with the Horia tool. I'm going to replace the ball bearing anyway, but to reduce the play in a ball bearing for a Valjoux 7750. This I use my titanium tweezer, not to make any scratches because it's so visible. Well, that is easy to see, isn't it? Way too much play. So that's a new bearing we are going to fit. Well, the watch has seen a severe drop, so there might be more damage. And I think there's the other one. For people who watch this stream more often, this is the, in Dutch, wisselaar, and that's got a broken pivot. And as you can see, the pivot is completely gone. So that's why I always recommend a full revision in cases like this, because that pivot is still somewhere in the movement. And even if it's small, it can start so many problems. I'm not sure how high the drop was, but this is severe damage anyway. Ooh, look at this. Oh no, that's okay. But I think we can expect to find some more troubles on the way. Interesting. Oh, wobbly cam. Let's get organized and get all the Kalporo. Wat leuk om je te zien. There's a watchmaker from Antwerp on the chat and a new name. Haven't seen you before. Hey, wat leuk. Nou, van harte welkom. En nou, een horlogemaker uit Antwerpen. Ik zal je waarschijnlijk niet veel kunnen leren, maar erg leuk dat je erbij bent. En van harte welkom om ook vragen te stellen als u dat uitkomt. Leuk. Welkom. Well, let's remove the movement from the case so we can see some more detail in the movement. One thing that's nice to check if you aware of somebody tells you the watch has been dropped or the movement, is to check the tip of the winding stem, because if it drops on the crown, this bit, I've seen quite a few times that the tip of the winding stem has been broke off. So nice, one of the first checks I always do. Let's check the camera. Ooh, that's better. So. Made some changes to the camera positions. Nou, Kalporo. Leuk om nieuwe namen erbij te zien. Well, I've removed the two case screws, one over here, one over there, where the movement is secured in the case, so those are removed. And the winding stem has been removed. Dude next door, hi there, good to see you. All the best wishes for the new year. Thank you so much. Nice of you to join. See if we can remove the case ring first. There we go. And now turn the watch around, and the movement is now separated from the case. There we are. A lovely dial. I guess you can see there's some change in height from here to here. It's nice, lovely little dial. It is a beautiful dial, dude. Calpro, I see your question in the chat. De onderdelen van de wijzerverzitting. Kroon. Bascule, prachtig. Die naam die gebruiken we niet. Tenminste in Nederland. Dat is de tirette. Ik vind een bascule een prachtige term ervoor. In Dutch for a moment, excuse me. Calpro, er zijn echt heel veel verschillende onderdelen natuurlijk. Staand, liggend, opwindrad, opwindstift, en de kroon zelf. En dus ik zal erbij zeggen wanneer ik het olie. Want ja, dit zijn eigenlijk heel veel vragen in één. Sommige gebruik ik vet. Daarvoor gebruiken we de Molykote DX. Mooie, stevige, dikke, witte vet. En als olie voor het opwindgedeelte gebruiken we heel veel HP 1300 van Möbius. Mooie olie voor onderdelen die net nog wel een draaiing maken. Als het alleen een schuifbeweging is van metaal tegen metaal, dan gebruik ik daar het meeste Molykote DX voor. Maar ieder uurwerk heeft weer zijn eigen specificaties. Dus het is een beetje een groot antwoord voor een kleine vraag. Maar, terwijl ik bezig ben bij het samenvoegen van het horloge, dus de opbouw, dan laat ik ook altijd zien welke olie ik waar gebruik. Dus ik begrijp de vraag, maar het is een beetje een groot antwoord voor nu. There was a question about the lubrication of the 7750. And I will show it during assembly. Well, let's remove the hands. Well, most of you seen this several times already, but for removing the hands, I'm not too much of a fan of the Presto tool. Just personal. If you got perfect results with using this, you're more than welcome to use it. I prefer the more controlled way of removing the hands with just a piece of plastic. And now you're not actually touching the dial, not actually touching the hands, and you got more control over the pressure you use removing the hands. So, and then cannot hit the ceiling. So for me, that's the nice way of removing the hands. And for the sub hands, I got very small levers, and I polish them so they're slightly thinner and do not leave any marks. But then again, we are not touching the dial and the hands. That was extremely tight, but removed with no drama. There we are. Uncle B, hi there. Best wishes of the for the new year. Nice of you to join on this special day. Uncle B, well, as you can see, probably due to the drop, that this pivot is not in the center of this circle. And here you can see that the day and the date, especially the day, is not in the center of this fenster. So I think it is slightly moved that way, just slightly. Well, no problem, you miss it. It's always nice to have you here. So I think it may be a porcelain dial. It is extremely shiny, and especially that is not too flat. It's a very nice dial. So I think the dial feet are slightly bent because of the drop, because this is not centered and the pivot here is definitely not centered. Well, let's remove the dial and see what is going on. Interesting that it starts moving now. And the balance is slightly doing this. Do you see it? The balance is slightly moving like this. There might be more problems ahead with maybe even the balance staff. The watch has been dropped, yeah, and you can see it was definitely a bit of a drop. You can see it here. Very well possible, René, zeker. Or maybe this hand touched the dial. So this one's it's running now. We can see if it's in chronograph mode or not. Avioron, hi there. Yeah, something wrong with the balance staff or the chaton. Yeah, we'll see. Interesting. Well, let's remove the beautiful dial. Other two. Oh, sorry about that. I just used this tool to open up the ETA retainers for the dial. I'll show you in a minute what they look like. There they are. Here. I told you a minute ago that the watch dial wasn't centered in the middle, and now you can see that especially this one here is slightly bent. Do you see? It's a bit like this. That one. So that's why the dial wasn't centered anymore. There we are. Here from the other side, this is okay. And this is bent. It's hard to get a focus because of the two layers, but there's some work needed on that one. So start making some notes from what is going on. Rotor, lager. What was it? Wisselaar. Same to you, Javi. Javi. Well, I think we will find some more going on due to the drop. Nothing too visible here. Should be okay. When you're touching this, don't touch the paint. I'll show you in a minute. Let's get it. Let's see if we can find what's causing the rough feeling when using the balance staff and crown. Yeah, it's still there. There's the quick set. It's a bit jerky. There's something going on with the quick set. So we definitely find some more damage from the fall. as the same here with this wheel with the broken pivot. Maybe now we can, it's already visible, no, not yet. I'd like to keep the movement as is, as it's running, so we can see the damage from the drop. So first I remove the calendar, so we can have a look underneath and see if anything wrong with the balance staff or with the chatons. As you could see, the balance was a bit wobbly, moving like this. So there is some movement either in the balance staff or its bearing. Well, there's the calendar bit. We are going to fully disassemble it in a minute, but for now we would like to see what is going on underneath. Okay. I just took off the tension of this spring using this to keep these stationary, so it's easy to remove the tension from the spring. Setting wheels, hour wheel and minute wheel, they stick, so it's probably been some time since it's seen some service, because they should be moving very freely individually. Be very careful for these long pivots. The hour counter from the chrono I just removed, but the second hand and the minute counter are very long pivots. Same here with the chrono second. So be careful with them, not to touch them or bend them. What I would like to see or check more is what's going on here. There is some play somewhere because it isn't moving too nicely. Let's check the sliding pinion. Might be some damage to the sliding pinion, so let's have a look. See if all teeth still in good shape. We're looking at these now here. Well, so far so good. As you can see, it's very greasy here. Oh, Avi, the client dropped this watch, and there's quite some problems with that. Let me check. As you can see, here it was quite a drop. This is the lug. And this 7750 got some problems. The bearing from the rotor had so much play because of the drop. So we are going to replace that bearing. We saw the wheel, see if double check if there's nothing loose. Nope, nothing there, so we can flip it around without losing parts. Here you can see that this wheel, the pivot is gone. It's probably visible here. Pivot is completely gone. As we are going to have a look in a minute at the balance wheel, because as you can see, there is some movement in here. You can definitely see it with the ETA logo in the back. Look at this. So maybe the balance staff, the pivots are bent, or maybe the chatons from the shock system are slightly in another position. So we are going to have to look, because this watch started running when I removed the dial, and the dial was slightly off center. So maybe the pivot touched, or the hand over the pivot just touched the side of the hole in the dial. So there's several things going on, and this is only disassembly. So it's still an adventure what's exactly going on. But I love doing the diagnostics, in want of a better word, during the disassembly. I know some watchmakers clean the movement before disassembly, but I like to see what is going on during the disassembly and do some tests. And here you can see the movement in the middle. And this is the work side, the balance side, obviously. See if I can get some extra light on it. There it is. As you can see, hopefully there is some movement. Sorry about that. Try to get some extra light here. And you can see the oil inside the shock system. And it's moving about. So the pivot may be bent. Or there might be the lagersteen, the bearing might be a bit broke, so there's too much space in there, so it might be bent, so that's why it's wobbly, or the hole inside where it is inside might be broken, but there's definitely something going on. And you can see the old oil moving. Let's check the other side. Ah. Let's get it in focus. Look at this. You can see a drop inside the oil, but the pivot is perfectly stationary. I don't know, Avi. So it seems only one pivot, and that's the top one on the balance side is moving. Well, the Inca block spring on this side looks okay. So there's no damage there. So that should be okay. And on this side, well, the Inca block spring seems okay. we'll have a look. At the balance. If we have the ETA logo as a reference, it's very well visible that there's some work needed from for the balance wheel. Nice. Well, some severe damage from the fall, but then again makes it interesting for us. Let's remove the paper clip, as we call it. Hey, oh well. Here there's already some sort of a scratch from this spring. And as you can see, in between here, even without a drop, it was in need of some. Hey Patin! Happy New Year for Denmark! Nice of you to join. Best wishes. All the best from Holland. So let's remove this spring without scratching the surface. There we are. Nicely controlled. Because it's... Hey Kian! Happy New Year! So nice of you to join. All best wishes and hope to see you in 2019. It will be very nice. As you can see here, no scratches from this spring because I think that's horrible. And here you can see, it would be amazing, Kian, definitely. And here you can see it was in need of some attention. Well, let's remove this bridge. Let's see if we can see the damage from the drop. Well, there we can see the missing pivot. Just clean broke off. And this one is extremely sticky. You can see the deposit of old lubrication. So it's time for a nice revision. Let's check the bearing. Oh, sorry, but the interference. I like to check the bearing if it's not cracked. Due to the broken pivot, but it seems to be okay. No, the oil didn't help. Hey, this shouldn't be here. Look at this. This should be. Let's change. UK9. If memory serves, you're a new name here in the chat. Good of you to join. UK9. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them. Good to see you here. Let's change cameras because this bridge we just disassembled here from the top, but this bit should be still in there. So that's part of the drop as well. It must have been a hell of a drop. Yeah, that came off. Maybe we can push it back in, but we'll have a look later on. Every single time it's different, Kian. Let's continue the disassembly. See if the pivots are okay for. It's looking good. And this one is okay. The dog bone. There we are. There we are. In a moment we'll have a look at the pivots and see if we can see any damage. Well, as you probably have seen, there is still some tension on the mainspring. Not too much, but still there is. So this is a nice moment to remove. Let's do it like this. I need a microscope for this. There we are. There is definitely something wrong with the winding stem. There we are. Well, now there is no tension on the mainspring, so we can remove pedal fork. Pedals for bridge. As you can see, we couldn't take off all power from the mainspring via the click. Thank you so much, Yuka9. It's been quite an investment, but it's so nice to show you guys the inside of a watch in such quality, because if it's out of focus, it's so hard to tell what is going on. It's so much easier when you are able to see it. For people who just joined, if you like this stream, you can click on follow, and every next time we start a new stream, you get a nice notification. I think it's a small heart-shaped icon, and then you won't miss anything that is going on here. Like I said earlier, we used to do the stream twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8:30 Central European Time or Amsterdam time. But for the new year, it was just too much. So now we are going to do it at least once a week on Tuesdays at 8:30 Central European Time. And we are going to do more specials, probably Sunday specials, and you can do requests, things you would love to see, things you would love to experience. So it's Tuesdays, the normal stream, and some more specials. So if you follow this stream, you get a nice notification every single time we go online or we start a stream. Well, not too much to see or not too much wrong. Yeah, this is the microscope. This here is the camera on top of the microscope, and you're watching with me through the microscope to the watch we are working on. There we are. Well, the thing we haven't seen yet is the broken pivot from the automatic module. So there must be a pivot somewhere in here. That makes it even more interesting. And the other tweezer, because this one is titanium and I would like to have a more sturdy steel. Yeah. To remove this huge spring. Oh, dude next door, thank you so much for the bits. That makes it all possible. Thank you for your donation. Well, now remove the huge cam here. Let's get the moonshine. Yeah. There we are. Well, you can please drop suggestions of what we can show you, well, preferably for watchmaking, or what we can do. We're open for suggestions, and the only thing I like to do more is show you the inside of a watch and everything that's is needed to fix a watch and makes a watch run perfectly, because there's so much to show and so much to explain about the beauty of watchmaking. And for me, it is so exciting, because if I make a scratch, if I lose a screw, if anything will go wrong, you'll be the first to see and to know. So for me, it's really exciting as a watchmaker to show you guys in so much detail. Oh, look at this. Let's get some pithwood so we don't make any scratches on the metal, but it's just, there's no need for lubrication on this plane. So that's a lot of grease. Well, very gently remove this plate or bridge, if you like. There we are, that's it. Well, I don't get paid for this in any way, so the thing Dude Next just did for with the bits, I'm very happy with that. It's just love for the profession as a watchmaker, and to show well, anybody who would like to see it, the beauty of the inside of a watch. So for me, it's definitely not commercial. It's just in my free time, in my spare time, I'm show you guys this. Thank you so much, Cassius. Thank you. Well, this is a very good example. When we say, as watchmakers, that a movement is dirty or in need of a revision, doesn't mean the dirt has come from the outside of the watch case into the movement, but this is just old grease which is getting grainy and get mixed with metal, well, filings, but on a microscopic level, than usually filings, but and the oil gets a bit syrupy, and some more friction will be there in the movement. So with this, when we say a movement is dirty, this dirt is not from outside of the watch case, but just old oil, old grease, and getting in places where it shouldn't be. So that's why the maintenance is needed. Kakanas, thank you so much for following this stream. If you have any questions, please let me know. I don't think I've seen your name before here in the chat. Kakanas. The year of this movement. Oh, does somebody know that? I'm not too sure. This is a Valjoux 7750 or ETA 7750, and it's been around for a long, long time. I always thought mid 60s the 7750, but I'm not too sure. Maybe somebody in the chat can help me with answering that question. And it's still being used. Okay, super sour. But it has been around for a long, long time, and it's been used in many, many brands of watches. Ooh. Here you can see lack of lubrication, and when it's shiny like this, the gray area is nickel plated. No, the 7730 isn't that hand wound, so no automatic. I think the 7733 is, and the 7750 is obviously automatic movement. As you can see here, the gray area is nickel plated, and the yellow bit here is just friction where the nickel layer has been well, shaved off. So the base metal is brass, probably, and here you can see that the nickel has been removed due to wear. Not a huge problem anyway. It's mostly the same. I'm not convinced that the parts are interchangeable. I'm not too sure. Nickel plated is so much cheaper, and no oxidation. And here you can see very easily that's in need of new oil and lubrication. You can see this bearing. This is just in need of a good clean. There we are. Well, this side is completely empty now. No more well, this plate. So now next level. Let's gently remove this one. Very gently, in a controlled way. The friction for the hand setting. Here you can see a small plate, a small delta, do you see it? This is a small spring. My name is Kalle Slaap and I'm a Dutch watchmaker here in the Netherlands. We're about 40 kilometers north of Amsterdam. So that's why my English is less than perfect. What's your favorite? There's a question coming in here in the chat from Calporo. What's your favorite watch with this movement? I need a 7750 for practice and I'm looking for a nice watch. Well, this 7750 movement is in watches from maybe 900 euros, and they're in an IWC and other very beautiful brands. And some of the watches with a 7750 can go up to 7,000 euros. So you don't need a nice brand to practice on a watch like this, on a movement like this. And there are training watches from ETA for your education. I got mine from the Dutch watchmaking school here in the Netherlands, and I got a hand-wound movement with the Unitas, and I got a 7751, I think, with the 8 hands, with the pointer date and the 24 hours hand, moon phase, day, date. I think it's a 7751 or 53, but we digress. Here you can see a small delta-shaped spring. And the reason why the spring is that it can move independently. If you set the hands and this spring wouldn't be there, this would be one part, then the gear train are teeth, obviously. So if you want to move the hands, the teeth from the gear train just will snap off. So that's why here is the friction. And if you change the hands in your movement, the gear train, the teeth will survive. So always in any watch there is one place where there is some friction and that's needed for changing of your hands, and that's this part in this particular movement. Oh, you need to buy movements yourself for your education, Calporo. And you're in Antwerp, right? Are you at, sorry, in Dutch for a moment. Calporo, zitten jullie op de Technicum Noord? Want ik heb wel eens een stagiair gehad, Aldo, hele leuke jongen, van Technicum Noord. Of ben je bezig met een andere opleiding in België? Hey, wat leuk, Aldo. En misschien ook Bart van der Ven, een horlogemaker uit Breda in Nederland. Concepto, nee, daar heb ik nog niet van gehoord. Doe Aldo vooral de groeten. Die zat hier vorig jaar en we hebben heel veel lol gehad samen. Leuk. En de lerares was Geneviève, denk ik, van de voornaam. Sorry, we'll go back to English. Calporo is a student watchmaker or a watchmaker from Belgium. So English was a bit easier. Sorry for that. I will have a look, Calporo. Thank you so much. Here the setting lever. Oh ja, that's it. Gwendolina, ja. Ja, doe ook haar de groeten. Ze is een keer bij mij in het atelier geweest voor de verhuizing. En toen hadden we nog 3 werkbanken. En nu hebben we dat, het grotere atelier met 11 werkbanken nu. En we zitten te springen om goede horlogemakers, dus alle stagiairs zijn meer dan welkom. Let's see if there's some. Maybe you can remember from the start of this stream when we checked the teeth of this part, the winding pinion and the sliding pinion. There we are. And it seems okay, so it felt a bit funny, especially with the quick set. So there must be another explanation for that. Dankjewel. Well, not too many parts left. One. There we are. Well, these screws are in an indentation, so I like to use the Rodico to remove them quite gently. And then we can remove this final plate. The balance stop that we expect here stuck to the other side of the movement. Let's have a look. Well, you can see that it's very shiny here, and that means there was not enough lubrication. So the top layer from the nickel is slightly gone. Let's see if this gives us a bit more information. Well, seems okay. It's a bearing for the balance wheel. It goes back and forth. Let's remove that bearing. And then the main plate is completely clean from all parts. There we are. It might be pitted, dude next door. I was just thinking that. Very well spotted, thank you. Very well spotted. Nice and gently open the spring. Well, let's have a look if it is pitted. Just a bit of Rodico. To remove the capstone. And there we are. No, I don't think that it is pitted. We'll have to clean it anyway, but of course. No, not pitted. See if I can catch the reflection of the light. There we are. There we are. And focus. You see, not pitted in the inside, just looks horrible now because it isn't cleaned. But no damage to the capstone and the chaton. Just has to be cleaned, of course. No, it was a possibility, dude, definitely. Well, the bottom pivot for the balance seems to look okay. Now I'm like trying to focus right in the center. You would expect this is just the tip of the pivot we're looking at, and this is the pivot, which is where it, well, rotates. Because it rotates always on the same tip, you would expect it to be really shiny, and it isn't. So I wonder what is going on, because it doesn't look how I would expect it to be. Oh, look at that. I think we just found out why the balance wheel was wobbly. And this is something you don't see quite often. Let me try to show you guys. There is a reason why it doesn't look shiny. Oh, hey. That's the reason why it doesn't look shiny and why the balance wheel was so wobbly. It just broke. The only thing that what I found strange is that we didn't see the broken pivot inside the chaton. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Calporo. Shock system, this is just clean snapped off. So we need to change the balance staff. Nice job. Cool. Super sour, I think you're right. With your comment in the chat. REP, it is. This must have been a huge drop for this watch, or on a real hard surface like a bathroom floor or something. Because we don't see too many broken balance staffs in movements like these. You can't miss a second, Cassius. Just don't. Always blame the watchmaker. That's the easiest thing to do. So we need to replace the balance staff. Still strange that we didn't see the broken pivot in the chaton from the shock system. You would expect that. See what the other side looks like. Oh, it's still there. There it is. Sure. Yeah, I don't mind changing the balance staff during the stream. Maybe we can make it into a special. Or maybe we can do it on stream, no problem. Yeah, we do it quite regularly here in the workshop. Yeah, nice. Well, always a good feeling when we find the root cause of these problems. We are working on a YouTube channel. We have found somebody who can edit. So within, well, probably January, we start making an edited version of these streams, because we are doing this. We have been doing this stream here on Twitch for over a year now. We started in 2017, a few kilos ago. And may hopefully make it edits from 20 to 30 minutes. Hopefully interesting. And see what the reactions are on YouTube. But I do love this Twitch, because the interaction with you guys, the questions, it's, well, anything can go wrong. So for me, it's exciting to do it like this, and that's something you cannot transfer in an edit, I think. So I'd love to continue with these streams anyway. We still have to disassemble the calendar from the top layer. Remember, we removed it first to see all the problems from the drop. There we are. Oh, sorry about that. I just removed with some Rodico. There we are. If you have any suggestions of things you would love to see during a stream or a special, or please don't hesitate to well, give us a message or a link or an email. The website for Chronoglide is going to be updated probably next week. We've got some beautiful new pictures taken in this in our workshop. So it's going to be updated. So if there's anything you would love to see, well, don't hesitate to contact us, and we'd love to show you anything about watchmaking. I'm very sure they won't, Avi. It must have been a hell of a shock for this shock system not to survive. There we are. Yeah, sure. Definitely caches, yeah. Well, one thing that hasn't been disassembled yet is the calendar. What's trying to do to me? I love to there it is. Yeah, get it a bit more stable. We didn't, or we haven't disassembled the calendar function yet. Triple shock system. I will show you a bit more the Bethune triple shock system, and there are several, and there are some very interesting shock systems. The normal day of a crazy watchmaker. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure how many people are interested in somebody in a white coat drinking coffee all day. All day. Yeah, we can do that. I love the ideas you guys bring for the stream, because we would like to show more people the beauty of the inside of the watch. And we're still not sure how to achieve that. To reach more people on Twitch. So please tell anybody who's interested in watches or engineering. Wow, there's a lot of oil here. Look at this. Please tell anybody who's interested in engineering and technical stuff what we're doing here, and see if we can reach more people and show people the beauty of the inside of the watch. Oh, thank you so much, dude. That would be so nice. That would be so nice. Yeah, the 8-hour schedule. We'll try, yeah. Maybe it's too much to ask, but if anybody has got time and know how to, you can make clips from this stream. And maybe if we got some nice small clips from a couple of minutes, we can show, or we can drop on YouTube on our channel. Maybe that will help to get some, to whet the appetite for this stream. So if anybody would like to do that, it would be more than grateful. Because I think you can create your own clips from a stream. And maybe we can use them on YouTube. Nobody is born a watchmaker, so no questions are amateur I just love the questions, and I teach watchmaking here during courses, and I noticed that any questions and explaining to anybody is making me a better teacher. So I love all questions, no matter what. So there are no amateur questions. Nobody is born a watchmaker. We all had to learn the craft. There's a lot of oil and stickiness here. Say if you yeah, of course, super sour, but a 3-hour upload is probably a bit too much, and yeah, but then again, it might be an idea. Now we can remove the date ring. There we go. But super sour, don't be stopped in your creativity, because we're not sure how to do it, but we love the ideas, and maybe yeah, we can do it, or there's a way to do it. So all the ideas keep on coming. Well, that's the complete 7750 disassembled, and there is still a lot of work to do. I made the bearing, ball bearing for the rotor is gone. Well, not gone, but damaged by the fall. The dial isn't centered anymore, so that's a problem we have to overcome. The two broken pivots. I won't sneeze on an A. Just remember that Twitch owns the right to the stream. Oh well. But we saved all streams from the last year, and there have been quite a few over a year now. So we got plenty of material to eventually place on YouTube. Well, almost 11 o'clock. I will activate the wobbly cam so you can have a nice view from the top. that wasn't too interesting a shot. There we are. Well, the interesting bit, I think, is that we didn't find the broken pivot. So but then again, maybe when it's cleaned. Here's the complete Valjoux 7750. There we are. Now we'll place it in all the cleaning baskets. I'll place it in the cleaning baskets. Yeah, that would be an excellent idea, René. Take a lot of editing time, split it up in 20-minute sections, 2 for teardown. Yeah? There we go. It is not a bad idea, René. Okay. That's the one. me see. Let me check the chat. Oh, the famous drawings. Would make it manageable to watch for most people. Okay. Now that's an interesting thought, René. The teaser for the stream. That is cool. Oh, that's very nice. That's a very nice idea. Thank you so much for that. Oh, the book collection. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. It's very, René, I see your questions. Lost with all those tiny parts. It is training experience, but when you, experienced, you recognize the parts and you can see their function. So you know exactly where that part should be. I always use the example for the exhaust pipe for your car. If it's a Ferrari or a Mercedes, you recognize an exhaust pipe because you know its function. It's a hollow pipe from back to front underneath the car. So when you see an exhaust pipe, you know where it should be underneath the car from back to front. And same with all these parts in a watch. You know what their function are, so you know where they should be. And that makes it very, not simple, but so much more easy. Oh, this one is broken. Well, there we are. Well, these are broken, so we are not going to, don't have to clean them. And that one is still in there, and that can be. Well, parts still have to be cleaned, so I can touch the parts. And the grease and the acids and salts of your finger will affect the metals. So that's why we always use these finger cuts so we don't actually touching the parts during assembly. But we still have to clean these, so now it's okay. We probably are going to replace this barrel and spring definitely, but probably going to replace the barrel anyway. But it's nice to open it and to show you the inside. And this is kind of strange. Because there's some, graphite grease. Yeah, it's okay. There it is. So that's okay. Remove the arbor. And now with your fingers over the edge, and now very gently, winding by winding, in a controlled way, remove the mainspring. There we are. There it is. The barrel. Well, let's clean it anyway and check the wear later on. And the spring, always replace the spring, mainspring. Well, that almost concludes this stream. So next week, goodbye old spring. Next Tuesday, because we are only going to stream now for live once a week on Tuesdays from 8:30 Central European Time. We're going to start the assembly and the inspection of the clean parts. Well, thank you so much for all the new insights for how we can use this stream for a broader audience. And I agree, I do think YouTube is the best next step, because we have been doing this for over a year on Twitch and we got quite some experience now. Time to take the next step. Well, again, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you next week when we get all these clean parts and make it a very beautiful Tissot chronograph again. For all the new people in the chat and watching this stream, if you like this, please follow this stream via the heart-shaped icon, and you get a nice notification next time we start the stream. Again, thank you so much. See you next time, and well, Hopefully see you next Tuesday. Okay. Enjoy your evening. Thank you. Bye bye.